today's class is based around running and runners, so this is a great little video to do post-run. Great to really just stretch out your legs and your back and a bit of your chest as well. So just remembering that when you are running, it's really important for the recovery, and that recovery is going to help you move faster and move further along when you next go out to run. So recovery is just as important as the running itself. So let's get started. So you want to come to a comfortable seated position. Make sure you're rooting down through your butt. You lift up the fleshy bit. Also, just before we start, make sure you have a block of some sort. You can use like a book. I think Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, like a big chunky book, and some sort of strap. You can also use a tie or a belt. And if you don't have it, that's fine. So come to a comfortable seated position. You can start to shut your eyes here, palms facing up, and just start to notice your breathing. And take 3 deep breaths in and out through your nose. In through your nose, out through your nose, in through your nose, out through your nose, in through your nose, out through your nose. And on this last one, you're just going to inhale in through your nose and out through your mouth. So inhale in through your nose, let it go, breathe out. Then inhale, lift your arms up to the sky. Exhale, lower your right arm down to the ground, palm flat on the mat, root through your palm, stretch over to your right hand side. You can also walk your hand out so your forearm is resting on the mat. Really feel that stretch in your side body. Inhale, come to center, both arms to the sky. Exhale, left arm down to the mat, root down through your palm and stretch through your right side. Again, you can walk your hand out a bit further so that your forearm is on the mat. Really notice how it feels, and you might be tenser or tighter on one side versus the other side, so just go with it. You can find a bit of movement in these positions too. Again, just find what feels good for you and what your body needs, really listen to it. Then come back to centre, and just want you to sway from side to side. Just wake up the body a tiny bit. You can also go through a little cat-cow, seated cat-cow. So inhale, chin, chest to the sky. Exhale, round your back, chin to your chest. Go through a couple of these. Again, if something feels really good and juicy for you, just keep doing it. Awesome. And then you're going to come and bring your legs wide, so to a wide leg stretch. Now you could be here, but you might be here, and you might be here, or you might be in the splits, they're all fine. Just, again, whatever works for you. So then we're just going to go to a side stretch on either side. So again, inhale, lift your arms to the sky. Exhale, right palm to the floor, and sway over and stretch through your left side. You can also bring your forearm to the mat if that works. Come back to centre, kind of find a bit of movement and sway over to your left hand side. Again, I find it tighter in one side than the other, so kind of notice how you feel. And if you can adjust it when you get back to running, is it something you need to change within your form? So very slowly walk your knees together, feet together. We're going to come to butterfly, Baddha Konasana. So soles of your feet together, knees pointing out. You can hold on to your toes here, and you can start flapping the wings of your butterfly. And again, you might want to do this, or you might just want to stay still and shut your eyes and take a few breaths. We can get really tight in here. So this is a great pose. And again, you might be further out, or you might have your heels right to your right here, right and tight. So the focus isn't on how the pose looks. The focus is on how your body feels in that pose. All right, so using your hands, you can slowly bring your knees together, and then I'm going to get you to come round So you're in a tabletop position. Let's go through a little cat-cow here. So inhale, drop your stomach, lift your chin to the chest, to the sky, sorry. Exhale, round. And at your own time now, just move through a few rounds of cat-cow. Really exaggerate this and feel this all the way down your spine, up to your neck and your chin, down to your glutes. Great to start the day with doing this. And then when you're ready, come to a tabletop position. I'm just gonna swivel around. And we're gonna come into gate. So with your right leg, bring your right leg out, really root through your right foot into the mat. Your left knee should be grounded into the mat as well. So this is your gate forward fold. And then just very slowly walk your palms up into gate variation. Inhale, lift your left arm up to the sky and come to that slight side stretch in gate. You should be able to feel this all the way up your leg, all the way down your left leg as well. Your left ribs. And then slowly come back into that forward fold, and we'll repeat that on the other side. So bringing your right leg, step out your left leg, root through your left foot. Just notice how you feel here, and then slowly walk up to gate on your left hand side. Inhale, arm to the sky. Exhale, side stretch to your left side now. So you feel this down your right side and you feel this down your left leg. Don't forget to breathe. And slowly, slowly come back to that gate forward fold. And then bring your knees back to tabletop. So now you're in tabletop. Bring out your right leg behind you and just rock back and forth. Really feel that in the back of your legs, in your calf. Feels really good. And then just slowly, as if you're drawing a semicircle, do that around the back of your mat, and then gaze to your left foot. So your left foot should be round past your right leg. You should feel that nice little twist. Come back to centre. Put your left leg out, rock back and forth. Again, really feel that in your calf and your back leg. And then start to draw a semicircle round to the right side. Gaze over your right shoulder and feel that nice little detoxifying twist. Come back to centre and come into your tabletop. Now we're going to come into the equestrian pose, which is also known for your runner's lunge. So just step your right foot in between your hands. You can also put some padding under your knee here, because this can be a bit tough depending on the thickness of your mat. You can walk your knee out very slightly. Make sure you're rooted through your right foot. And then inhale, lift up into equestrian. Now if you have your palms facing forward and you really push your chest forward, you're getting this really nice stretch across your chest too. And then you don't want your knee further going past your toes. So just make sure you're aware of your form. Engage everywhere, engage your core, engage your glutes. And breathe. And we're going to roll through and come to runner's splits. So roll through your right leg, straightening your right leg. You might need to walk it out slightly. Planting your fingertips, middle of your calf, let's say. Inhale, lift your chest. And exhale, very slight forward fold, but you don't want to round your spine. You want to keep it straight. Gaze to your toes. Make sure you're not holding anywhere. You don't want to hold in your jaw, in your shoulders. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed. And you might be able to sink all further back as well. So again, find what's comfortable for you. And then roll back through that front foot. And then you're gonna lean on your right leg and grab onto your left foot if you can. You might also just come to here, slight twist, and lean into your runner's lunge again. And if you can, or you can have your arm out so you're doing that twist. And in time, you'll be able to lift your left leg and really get that quad stretch here. And then very slowly, you're going to step back into your all fours. And we're going to repeat on the other side. So bringing your left foot in between your hands. Walk your back knee back a tiny bit again. Find what works for you, what gets you into that position. Pad out your knee if you need to. You can also tuck in your back toes if that's going to give you a bit of balance. So an inhale, come up to equestrian or runner's lunge. Engage. Breathe. Breathe into the tight spots. Make sure your knee's not over your front foot. And then slowly we're going to roll back, come into that runner split. Root your fingertips to the mat, straight leg. Inhale, lift up, lift your chest. Exhale, forward fold, keeping your spine straight. You should really be able to feel that down the back of your leg. Don't forget to breathe, breathe into the areas. And then roll forward, and we're going to come for that quad stretch or twist. So resting your left arm on your knee, come to the twist, so your right arm is straight out, and if you can grab onto your right foot for a great, nice little quad stretch. And slowly, slowly come back to your tabletop pose. And then we're going to push up to the first down dog of this class. So root through your palms, make sure your fingers are stretched wide, tuck under your toes, and you're gonna lift with your hips. Lift with your hips and push your chest back. Lift with your hips, push your chest back. Don't worry about getting your heels to the ground. Don't worry about that. This should feel really nice in your shoulders and arms and the backs of your legs. You can start to take your dog for a walk as well. Walk out your legs. Awesome. Breathe here. Gaze to your belly button. Hips to the sky. And then very slowly you're going to walk to meet your palms, to meet your hands. And you should hang here in forward fold. Really let everything go here. Inhale in through your nose. Let out through your mouth. And relax. You can find a bit of movement here, or you can simply stand still. You can always grab onto your elbows. This is such a good restorative pose. And then next we're just going to go through one sun salutation. That's all for this class. So as we inhale, you're going to lift to the sky, stretch up, really exaggerate the pose. Make sure you feel it in your whole body. Clasp your palms at the top, slight back bend. Exhale, forward fold. And then as you inhale, you're going to come up to a flat back position, making sure you could rest a drink on your back and that you wouldn't spill any of the water. Making sure you're gazing straight down. Again, this is such a good pose. You just have to engage everywhere and make sure you're on form. Straight back, not holding anywhere. Grounding through your feet. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your palms. Step or hop back to high plank. Engage your core. And we'll move through chaturanga, or you can go knees. So full plank, kneeling plank, and then you can go half push up, full push up. So you're going to push down, push forward on your toes, push down, inhale, lift up to up dog or cobra. And then you're going to push back to plank. And then you're just going to lower your knees to the mat and come into your tabletop position. We're going to do a little bit of toga here. So tuck your toes. walk your hands up your thighs, and you're just going to sit on your toes here. You might want to move from one side to the other. This is so good for so many reasons, and especially if you run. Just move from side to side, or you can simply just stay still. Stay with the discomfort. It's good. If it's pain, it is not. Discomfort's good for you. If you're feeling pain, you don't want to make it worse. And breathe. And then slowly you can start to untuck your toes. You can hit your toes out on the mat a little bit if you want. And then making sure your knees are together. Sit back on your toes. And what you're going to do is you're going to lean back, plant your palms behind you, and just going to lift your knees. So you should be able to feel that in the fronts of your feet. It feels so good. If you need to, come back and come back into it. Your knees are lifted, your feet are tucked behind you. Great stretch through the front of your feet. Awesome. And then come back into your tabletop. Let's go through one more cat-cow. Inhale, drop your stomach, lift your chin to the sky. Exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin to your chest. And then come into tabletop, swing your legs around, and come so you're lying on the mat. This is where you're going to use your strap, belt, tie, whatever you've got, piece of fabric, or nothing, it's fine. So root through your right leg. You want your right leg really flat to the ground. You're going to lift your left leg to the sky. Wrap your strap or whatever prop you've got, and then you're just going to hold, making sure that you're rooting down through your right leg. You don't want that to be lifted. If it's lifted, you need to come slightly lower. You can hold on with your strap with both legs, or you can also just hold on with your arm, with your hands behind your thigh. So just hold on here. That should feel really good. Breathe into the tightness. And then slowly unwrap, come back, and just wiggle your legs from side to side. And then we do it on the other side. So bring your right leg to the sky. You might need to pop your foot on the mat to give you a bit of balance. Wrap your right foot. Then you can straighten your left leg, make sure it's grounded to the mat, and just slowly hold on to your strap, making sure your shoulders are rooted, hips are rooted, left leg is rooted. You can always bring your leg a little bit closer, as long as you're not compromising form. Breathe here. Fabulous. And slowly unwrap. Stay in your supine position, and then we're going to do a reverse pigeon here. So reverse pigeon. Bring both soles of your feet onto the mat. Get your right foot, and you're going to place it on your left leg, just underneath your left knee. So you should be able to see like a figure of 4. Making sure you're rooted through your back. Pretend you're pushing something into the back, into the mat with your lower back. And then lift up your left leg. Thread your hands through. So you should see a figure of 4. This is a reverse pigeon, so you should be able to feel this in your right side. Or alternatively, if you want to, very slowly, you can come into a pigeon pose. And adjust here. See where you can really get that good, yummy discomfort. So you might have to play around. You can also push out your right knee very slightly to feel that kind of like the counter reactions. Right, and then slowly come back down, soles of your feet on the mat, and then we're going to do that on the other side. So right foot, just underneath your left knee, figure of 4. Lift your right leg to the sky, thread your hands, figure of 4. Find that juicy discomfort. It's where all the best things happen, outside our comfort zones. You can even make circles with your feet here if you want. I always quite like to do it. I feel like my feet get a bit tight. And don't forget to breathe. And then very slowly, you're going to bring your leg back down, both feet on the mat. Walk your feet as wide as the mat and drop your knees into the centre. Awesome. And then heel toe your feet back to the centre of the mat again. You're going to bring your knees to your chest, give yourself a big hug. And then we're going to go for a reclining cow pose. So you're basically going to cross your knees over each other in a sense. And then hold on to each foot. So right hand holding on to your left foot. Left hand holding on to your right foot. You should really feel this. If you've gone for your right leg over your left knee first, you should really feel this down your left side, going all the way into your glute. It feels really, really good. So this is your reclined cow face. And again, you can be pulling very gently on your feet, giving you that extra kind of stretch. And then bring your soles of your feet back to the mat. We're going to do that on the other side. So your right leg, or whichever leg you've just done, as if you're crossing them. And then you're going to bring your knees to your chest, holding on to either leg, either foot, pulling in. And again, you should really feel this going into your right glute, unless your left leg's on top, and it'll be your left glute. Breathe into your glute here, breathe into the tightness, making sure you're still not holding anywhere. Slowly, slowly come back so your soles of your feet are on the mat, and this time you're going to windshield wipe your knees. So from one side to the other together. And then for one of our last poses, you're going to bring your knees back into your chest. Make sure your arms are wide. You're going to come into a supine twist. So bringing your knees as close as your chest as you can. And then very slowly you're going to twist them to the left hand side. Supine twist. You want to be gazing to your right side, right arm, right hand. And slowly bring your knees back into your chest. You're going to drop them to the other side. Gazing to your left side, knees to your right side. Breathe into your side body. Very slowly come back to centre. Place your knees to the mat. I actually kind of fib, so I'm just going to get you to come back up to a seated position. I just want to do one more pose with you. So come to a comfortable seated position. Now you could be seated like this. You could be like this as well. So find whatever's comfortable for you. Inhale, lift your arms to the sky. Connect your palms. Push up with your palms. And then exhale, rain it down and connect your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, really push your chest forward. Take a big inhale in And as you exhale, you're going to forward fold. This should feel really nice in your shoulders and neck. Rest your forehead to the mat. Again, you can have them your arms lower down as well. Make sure you're listening to your body and not anyone else's. Not looking what anyone else is looking like. Not trying to look like what you think you should look like. And then slowly come up, release, shake your hands, shake your arms. And then swing your legs back round. And you're going to come back to flat back. Bring your knees to your chest, just circle your knees one way and the other way, like giving yourself a massage. Give yourself one big hug. Recovery is key. Don't forget it. It's so important. Even if you can just do a fraction of these stretches after a run, you'll be golden. So then bring your legs out, arms out, palms facing up, into our final pose, which is Shavasana. This is the ultimate restore pose. Don't ever skip it, exactly like you shouldn't skip your recovery days in running. This is what binds everything together. It's what gives you that extra push. How else can your body understand what's just happened if it's not given a moment to breathe? Let your body sink into the mat. Let your breath just come back to its normal rhythm. If you have time, I'd definitely say stay here for a few minutes. You could put one song on and just stay there for the remainder of the song. But if not, just start to wake up your feet and your hands and your body. Start to shake your body, move it a bit. Go for a full body stretch. Lift your arms up in front, ahead of you. Lengthen your legs. And very slowly roll to your right hand side. Start to slowly push up. Come to that comfortable seated position, keeping your eyes shut. Bring your palms in front of your heart center. Take one more big deep inhale in through your nose. Let it out through your mouth. Namaste. Thank you for joining. And yeah, don't forget, recovery is key.